Good Saturday morning. It is October the 14th, 2017. Welcome to this week's weekly weather briefing, where we do have another cold front that is appearing in our forecast over the next 24 hours. Right here is a look at the GFS model, where it does paint a few isolated showers across the region. This is showing a large area of showers, but if this were a more high resolution model that I were showing you, this would be painting individual showers scattered about in nature moving into our region. So it will be a very wide zone of showers that will be moving across the heartland, but in all, we won't be looking at a whole lot of rainfall once it is all said and done. But we'll look at that at the end of the video. Right now, we are looking at what it could bring for us, and it doesn't look like any severe weather, any thunder or lightning is going to be associated with this. We are going to just be looking at some light variety showers. And thunderstorms, like I just said, not going to be a big deal, so just showers that we're worrying about. So if we look at what we are going to be seeing for the afternoon hours on Sunday, notice it's already cleared our region. GFS paints maybe an isolated shower or two left over, but mainly just clouds is going to be left with us and a lot cooler temperatures. We'll take a look at that here in just a second. Here's those temperatures that we are looking at for 6 a.m. on Sunday morning. Notice in the upper 60s to lower 70s. Could be breaking an all-night warm overnight low for October the 15th. We'll have to wait and see how it pans out, but right now it does look like we could be looking at a warm record low temperature for the morning on Sunday morning. But by the afternoon, we go to 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and it's 55 degrees, according to the GFS, into the mid 50s across portions of the purchase area of western Kentucky. The cooler air is going to be in the northwest of the area, and the warmer air will be in the southeastern portion of the region. But once we get to 6 a.m. on Sunday morning, we're looking at some pretty darn cold air. According to the NAM model, the GFS and the European are, I think, too warm. According to what the dew points could be and the high pressure system, a very strong high pressure system is going to be present in our region, and this is going to allow for some significant cooling in the overnight hours on Sunday night and Monday night, possibly even Tuesday night too, but mostly Sunday night and Monday night. So Monday morning and Tuesday morning, we are looking at overnight lows to be dipping into the upper 30s to lower 40s across the region. Now, to have a official frost, temperatures have to be at least 38 degrees or lower, and winds have to be very light. We can get a frost at around 39, 40 degrees, but it is extremely hard. You have to have almost perfectly calm conditions, and everything has to be perfectly right. Even then, it would be a very, very minimal, patchy, light frost. So I do think that some areas in the purchase area will dip into the upper 30s, maybe say 39 degrees or so at the lowest. If they do, we could be looking at some very, very minimal patchy frost across the region. This is not going to be a killing frost by any means, but just something to kind of see on the grass, and that would be just about it. Temperatures by the afternoon hours on Monday and Tuesday would already be warming into the 60s right after that sun rises off to the east. Looking at the overnight lows for Tuesday morning, just about the same. We're looking at temperatures to be in the upper 30s to lower 40s. More low to mid 40s, but I do want to throw in those upper 30s because there's always that one low-lying area that can dip into those kind of territory temperatures. So here's a look at the afternoon hours on Sunday of the 22nd. We do have another cold front coming through possibly for next weekend, so we will have to wait and monitor that as well. Right now, it doesn't look like it's going to have much to work with, but it is always something to monitor. The CMC or the Canadian model does paint some pretty widespread shower and thunderstorm activity for next Sunday, so there are some models that are suggesting that we do see more widespread activity than what the GFS is playing out for us. Here is the afternoon hours for today. This is showing us the ridging in place, those very warm temperatures. Possibly we could break a record high temperature at the Paducah Weather Office this afternoon. It is 88 degrees for the forecasted, the 88 degrees for the record high. Now, we don't have 88 degrees forecast. It's around 86, 87, so we're going to be probably a degree or two off, or we could tie the record, but to actually surpass it and get to 89 degrees today, I think that is going to be winging it. So we'll just have to wait and see how that pans out. But it does not look like we're going to be breaking that record high, but we are coming very close, just to give you that idea of how close we are to record high temperatures and how warm it really is for this time of the year. By Sunday, or rather Monday morning, we're looking at that trough building into the region, but it doesn't last long because guess what? By the end of this week, we're already looking at a return to warmer than average temperatures, and we're looking at that return of a very strong high pressure ridge across the central and eastern part of the nation. Here's a look at the 16-day temperatures. Notice that we do cool down significantly from today all the way to Monday, high of 65 degrees. That's the coolest we get. This will be accompanied with sunshine. Clouds will clear out on Sunday afternoon before we enter into Sunday night to drop those low temperatures very far into the upper 30s to low 40s. But then by Monday, we're looking at that sunshine continuing. So this isn't like we saw this last week where we saw highs in the upper 50s to low to mid 60s with clouds. This will be with sunshine. So you can only imagine with clouds in the region, we could be in the 50s for the entire day. So as we get into the middle and end of the week, notice our stair-step warming trend going to be gradual. By the time we get into Saturday, we're looking at high temperatures to be back into the middle and even probably upper 70s for some isolated communities. By the time we get towards the end of October, we're looking at a significant cool down possible. This doesn't show it, but we are watching a significant cool down according to the GFS, and even the European model is showing some pretty darn cold air coming in for the very end of the month, but that's something that we'll have to monitor. As we look at the rainfall over the next 7 days, we're looking at just maybe a quarter inch or less for those showers that come through tomorrow. So as I mentioned earlier, not a whole lot of rain coming from this cold front. What we're mainly going to be noticing is the cool temperatures coming in afterwards, the coldest that we will be seeing so far this season.